Hi, I'm Theo Rizky Arizona from Class 4 BC. I will make a video about how to do job simulation interview. I make this video to fulfill my public speaking mid-test assignment. I hope you will enjoy this video and check this out.
Thank you for coming in and for your interest in our company and the position. I would like to use this interview productively to learn as much as possible about you in a relatively short period of time. I'm going to lead our conversation with questions, but you are more than welcome to jump in and to ask me whatever you might consider useful about the company or about the role. I'm also going to take a few notes on my laptop, and I hope that isn't too distracting. Let's start with tell me about yourself question. Who are you? What have you studied so far? What has been your experience?
Alright sir, about myself, my name is Theo Rizky Arizona. I graduated from State Polytechnic of Sriwijaya, Palembang, majoring in English department. About my experience, I will tell you my experience starting from my first experience and this new experience recently. My first experience was about 2 years ago. I worked in the retail company at the PT Asri Gramedia or Gramedia as a store associate. Another experience before I studied or when I was in college, I worked as a brand ambassador or did advertising on social media with various well-known companies, such as companies in the field of food and beverage to furniture companies. My recent experience is that I interned at one of the famous hotel in Palembang City, which is Aston Hotel. I work as the front office, and also because I have a basic knowledge in the field of cooking, especially in pastry, sometimes I install various pastry dishes at the Aston Hotel Palembang.
Okay, so why did you choose that particular major and at that particular school?
Because my goal is to be able to work not only in my country, but also I will have the opportunity to work in other countries. By choosing to major in English department, it will help me achieve my goal by learning more about the major I have chosen. I choose this major also as my profession so that I'm ready to compete in the world of work so that I become a successful human resources.
During your preparation for this interview, I guess you thought about what you do the best. What are your biggest strengths? And how do you think our company would benefit from them?
The reason I want this position as a hotel manager, because this is related to my strength, where I can responsible and have a good leadership. It is proven by my experience. When I was in school, I was once the head of the division and secretary of the organization, where my job was to organize my organization so that it could be run well. I also have a good relationship for the development of hotel in this company, where I will be able to help promote my company with the experience I have gained. This will be very beneficial for the company.
What about your development areas? What do you have identified as your greatest and biggest improvement areas? And what have you done to improve them so far?
My weakness is that I am a person who is open to anyone and easily trust anyone. This makes me a very humble person, so that people around me don't think I'm a strict person. They think I'm a bad leader or something. I have experienced it also. I realized I was someone who was not too assertive, but because of that experience, that made me aware. I met this as a small lesson, where I can read the character of someone who is just too used to me. And from that experience, I was able to overcome the weakness that I experienced by understanding the condition. The condition like when in a serious situation or not, so that I can be firm when I'm working and humble during work breaks.
I see on your resume that you had switched jobs not too long ago. Why did you leave your previous position?
Thank you for the question, sir. The reason I left my previous job, my job did not match the skill I had gotten on my college. At my previous job, I only focused on my speaking skill in front of the camera because I was a brand ambassador. I want a job that can develop my skill in the hospitality field. I also want to work more organized in this field.
Why are you interviewing with me today? What made you apply for this job and why do you want to work here?
Alright, the main reason is because I think this position is a very suitable with my educational background. I want to apply or impart my knowledge to this company so that it will be something that is profitable for me and for this company. I am interested in this position because I also have experience when I did an internship in my college. It will make me understand how to manage the department in the hotel.
Okay, so now tell me about a time when you were in charge of a project with a deadline. Which was the project and how did you meet the deadline?
Actually, I'm very used to dealing with project deadlines because at my previous job, I almost every work had a deadline. I managed it by noting in advance what I would do so I would know which work I would do first. Then I arranged the time to make the script. It's usually the day after I am informed of getting the job. And the last thing I note is the date when I will make the video. The point is I set the schedule so that my work is well organized. Likewise, with my assignment during lectures, I manage the same thing as my work.
Okay, and so tell me about a time when you showed an initiative on the job. When was it and which was the outcome?
In my previous job, in this case, I usually give my manager new ideas when he wrote a script about how to make a good sentence for soft-selling advertisement. After reading that, I felt it was good. However, I always take the initiative to provide my best ideas on how to write a script or add style concept to make it look more attractive and not rigid. This has trained me to work in a team to provide ideas and input to work partners.
Tell me about a time when your communication skills helped you at your job. When was it and what did you do?
As a hotel manager, as we know, we really need a good communication skill, where I will work to organize my subordinates to do a good job. If I don't have a good communication skill, it will hinder me in my job position. My strength lies in my communication skill to manage my organization, my previous job, and as a student. Based on this experience, I believe my communication skill will be much better. And I also hope to further develop my communication skill with this company about how to solve problems and so on.
Okay, now give an example of a situation where you had to deal with the conflict at work. What did it consist of and how was it resolved?
Talking about the conflict, I remember when I was working in a retail company where I was working with two of my team. They were in college at the time, and I was the only one in my team who was not in college. They often left their work and often did not come on a weekdays, which made me always work overtime because I had to continue their work and increase myself. Of course, I was very stressed about that. I talked to my manager about the division of working hours that was actually not appropriate. I also talked to my two team so that they understood about being professional at work. I asked my manager to reorganize our team and each of us agreed. From this, the solution to the problem lies in communication, not to miscommunication.
You know, we're currently interviewing more candidates. That's why I would like to ask you, why do you think we should hire you? And why do you think we should choose you over other candidates?
Well, from all my experience and my educational background, I feel like I'm a perfect fit for this position as I have a lot of experience in organizing or being a leader. This will help me in the hotel manager position where the main task is to organize and be responsible for managing the hotel. I also have knowledge about hospitality with my background from English major which focus on hospitality. I have trained before in my college and I will apply as much as possible for this company. I will also probably help with a better promotion so that more and more guests will remember this company or this hotel.
Now, do you have any questions for me?
Thank you for this question, sir. I actually have three questions. The first is what job role I expect every day. And the second question is, I would love to know what your favorite part of working here. And the last one is, based on what we discussed today, or even anything you notice on my resume, are there any red flags that I can help clear up for you now? Thank you.